Hello, my name is Namira Muhammad. I am the founder and lead volunteer of E for Endometriosis. E for Endometriosis is Singapore's first ACRA-registered patient advocacy movement dedicated to awareness, education, advocacy, and support for those affected by endometriosis. We have been paving the way since 2012. But my journey into civic action did not begin with advocacy. It began with pain. For 17 years, I lived with symptoms that were repeatedly normalized, dismissed, and misunderstood. The pain started when I was 11 years old. I was told that painful periods were normal and that some girls simply had to endure more than others. So that is exactly what I did. I endured. As the years passed, the pain became more severe. It began affecting my studies, my work, my relationships, my mental health, and the way I saw myself. I spent years moving through the healthcare system, searching for answers. I underwent procedures to remove fibroids, cysts, and polyps, each time hoping I had finally found the cause. But the pain remained. At one point, after a colonoscopy, I was told there was nothing wrong with me, that perhaps the pain was all in my head. When enough people question your pain, eventually you begin questioning yourself. Those years took a significant toll on my mental health and eventually led to an admission to the Institute of Mental Health. Looking back now, it was one of the darkest periods of my life, but it was also where something important began. During that difficult season, I made a quiet pact with God. I told myself that if I ever found my footing again, I would speak up about this, not only for myself, but for others. Months later, I was finally diagnosed with stage 4 deep infiltrating endometriosis and adenomyosis. Receiving that diagnosis brought relief, but it also brought grief. Relief because I finally had answers. Grief because I realized I had spent 17 years doubting my own reality. That diagnosis did not end my journey. It reshaped it. What started as a personal block became a way for me to process my experiences and reclaim my voice after years of feeling unheard. Then something unexpected happened. People started reaching out. Women began sharing their stories, their fears, their frustrations, their relief at finally feeling seen and understood. That was when I realized this was never just my story. There were many others carrying similar pain in silence. What began as one voice slowly became a community. Today, E for Endometriosis supports thousands of individuals through awareness initiatives, educational programs, support group, community events, research collaborations, and partnerships with healthcare professionals, educational institutions, and community organizations. Along this journey, I learned that social challenges rarely exist in isolation. A health condition affects education. Education affects employment. Employment affects finances. Finances affect access to healthcare. And all of this affects families and communities. My understanding of these interconnected challenges deepened further when I became a caregiver to my elderly parents. Today, I help navigate medical appointments, healthcare systems, caregiving arrangements, financial planning, and emotional support while balancing my own health challenges and advocacy work. These experiences have taught me that meaningful change is never created by a single person working alone. It happens when communities, healthcare professionals, researchers, policymakers, volunteers, caregivers, and people with lived experiences come together to build solutions collectively. One of the most important lessons I have learned is that lived experience has value. The people closest to a problem often carry insights that can help shape better solutions. That belief is what motivates me to apply for the Civic Action Fellowship. I see this fellowship as an opportunity to deepen my understanding of social impact, strengthen my leadership capabilities, and learn alongside other change makers who are committed to building a better society. I hope to explore how patient voices and lived experiences can be more meaningfully integrated into healthcare, research, education, community engagement, and policy conversations. My long-term vision is a future where no one spends years fighting to be believed. A future where patients are viewed as partners rather than passive recipients of care. A future where chronic illness does not lead to isolation. And a future where support systems are built not only around treatment, but around dignity, understanding, inclusion, and community. I may not see every change I hope for within my lifetime, but I believe every conversation, every story shared, every person empowered, and every community strengthened moves us one step closer. Because I have learned that when pain is acknowledged, honored, and understood, it can be transformed into a force for positive change. Thank you for the time and consideration.